Xander.
And Bonnie.
And together we are the Library Bards. And you're watching Pirates Parley!
Ahoy there! We picked up a copy of Villainous recently and found it to be as fun in gameplay and elegant in design as we'd heard. In fact, ever since playing as the notorious Captain Hook, I've been rocking this bad boy. It's a quality game. However, we also noticed a certain mechanical similarity to an old, dead trading card game that we've not been able to bring ourselves to throw away. Consider this. Here is Villainous. The board represents your character's realm. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas trading card game from NECA, released in 2005. You can build a realm called your Halloween town by laying locales on the horizontal path, building to the left or to the right as you go, which means you will slowly create your realm and reveal the available functions. However, you must activate them by playing or moving cards there. But some realms in Villainous begin locked or have some of their actions taken away, so it's not dissimilar. Also, it's hard not to notice that both games play characters or allies in a similar descending fashion from their respective locations. In Villainous, you begin by moving your marker to a new location, and the displayed actions there immediately become available. Nightmare Before Christmas has no player marker, but let's add one. Aye, that'll do. Now, on a turn, you will use a function from an activated locale, similar to Villainous's actions. However, to make up for less options, both players in Nightmare will also be able to perform a basic function via Pumpkin King activity at the beginning of the round. Now, let's look at gameplay. Here are the basic functions you'll be using in Nightmare Before Christmas. You can move a card to an adjacent space for better effect or locale requirements, which is also a common action in Villainous. You can gain pumpkin points, which is the currency of this game, which is much like gaining power in Villainous. And both are used mostly to play cards from your hand. However, in the TCG, the points are only available for that turn, and in Villainous, you must also have a play a card action available. Now, Nightmare only allows you to draw cards by using a function, whereas in Villainous, it's part of ending your turn. And you may only play one card for each available action icon, so that's somewhat different. The Fate deck in Villainous is unique, and gives your opponent cards to play on your realm to slow you down. But in Nightmare, similar cards come from your main deck, and are played on your opponent's Halloween town from your hand. Other differences include actions such as Activate, Vanquish, or Discard, which Nightmare Before Christmas includes in different, less formal ways. I think the biggest difference here is in the fact that the TCG is on a basic timer. Both players race to outscore the other before time is up, whereas in Villainous, they use a much-praised asymmetrical system, using objective conditions which are different for each character. But in both games, you're rushing towards your individual goals, playing cards on your opponent just to trip them up. Nightmare Before Christmas just doesn't really tell a story, whereas Villainous is dripping with story. The game takes longer, but the narrative is present everywhere you look. All in all, this game is just much more clever, in contrast to the older one, which just always felt somewhat awkward to us. Now, we've held on to this TCG for over a decade and a half, and we break it out about once a year, but Villainous may have successfully killed it. However, my question is, did they know that that's what they were doing? They're both in the Disney family. Either way, if they get around to expanding the game with more villains and end up adding Oogie Boogie, that will be coming full circle as far as I'm concerned. Well, now you know, and if you like the Nightmare Before Christmas trading card game, then you should give Villainous a look. And maybe the new game will inspire someone to cook up a new set of alternate rules someday to improve the old TCG, because some players just live for fixing up old games. And that's our look. We'd like to thank those of you who've chosen to stop in for this Pirates Parlay, and invite you to check out our Patreon at the link on your screen. Lend a hand, or just keep an eye as we'll be modding a few games ourselves, and posting our progress as we go. We'd also like to give a shout out to the Millennium Fandom Bar here in Las Vegas for their contributions to the local gaming scene. And to the team behind Arca Pirata as they begin their Kickstarter campaign this week. best of luck, mates. And to Christian and Noah from Ardent for going door to door dispensing clever ideas. And until next time, keep playing the good games and keeping the community strong, mates. Cheers to you and yours.